Ladies and gentlemen, just before we get started, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all those of you who have subscribed to my channel, as we have finally hit over the 50 subscriber mark on YouTube. I'm so happy we finally hit it, as we've been hovering around it just for a little while, and to finally smash our way through that 50 subscriber barrier feels very good. The road to 100 subscribers has begun, and we start today with our first semi-final first leg clash in the League Cup against Sheffield United. Welcome back to Unemployed to Legend. I believe it's now episode 14 of our time here at Norwich City. My name is Craig, and since you were last with me, it's been a bit of a contrasting form, where it's been a bit up and down, mostly down as far as the Premier League goes. We've lost our last 3 league games in a row, unfortunately, over the Christmas period. I seriously hate this period because the players just keep dropping like flies, not only through fatigue, but also injury as well. We will come to that in a moment. But also, the highs have come from the fact we drew 1-1 against Manchester United, which was an excellent result, and also a 4-0 victory against Watford in the League Cup's quarter-finals. So today, I didn't mention this at the start, I don't know why, we are playing the first leg of the semi-final of the Carabao Cup against Sheffield United away, before an away tie at Leicester in the Premier League, where we try and get back on form in the league. I was hoping to show both legs of the League Cup today, but there's such a gap with 4 Premier League games and the FA Cup 4th round coming up between now and the second leg. I didn't really want to miss out a ton of games and have to go through those. So what I just thought was, again, do the semi-final first leg now, as well as a Premier League game. In the next video, we will see the second leg of that semi-final, as well as the FA Cup match against either Bolton or Bromley. So we're going away to a non-league side, which I think is going to be a nice little throwback to not when we were in non-league in this save, but when we were also low league ourselves. We have redemption to make up for when we were last at Wigan. We'll go through that in the next episode. But for now, we have a semi-final clash in the League Cup that we need to negotiate through, and this is the 11 we're going to be sending out. So Speeds in goal, with Valentin at left back, Lovato Mavropanos at centre back, with Aarons at right back. Mavropanos has returned to the side recently and has been doing a rather decent job as it stands. Davenport and Exposito in central midfield, with Udrago back at left wing, Cantwell attacking midfield, with Ferdy on the right wing. Balogun is the leading man up front. We do have a few injuries, they are behind my head. Castillo and Gonzalez are out for another week. Gonzalez just spending like half this season on the medic table as it is. And Peter Lynch is out with a pulled calf muscle. He's out for another 12 days. So he's going to be missing both games in this episode, unfortunately. But we're going to get ourselves started. We're going to rock right in to the semi-final first leg away from home. I'm kind of glad the first leg is away from home. Not for the fact that there's away goals, that there is no away goals in the League Cup. So, to be honest with you, we might as well just go out there and just try and basically get a result. That is the only thing I can ask from these lads. Get a result. Let's take it back to ours, and then we go at them there. That's probably one of the most important things. Probably the most important thing I could probably put across to them at the moment. This match must be on the TV. Speaking of taking it back, we want to take it obviously to our ground and have a go at them, but in terms of some of the personnel in our team today, many of them do have a point to prove. I'm looking at Udrago, who's been disappointing this season. Cantwell really has not stepped up either. But in terms of players who have recently stepped up, Mavropanos, as mentioned, he's back in the side. And he has kind of stepped up recently. He scored in the last game, which is an FA Cup clash, granted against MK Dons. But you can only beat what is in front of you. And Mavropanos getting a goal there will surely boost his confidence. Valentin has stepped back into the side. Obviously, both our other left backs are injured at the moment, which is not ideal. But Valentin, thankfully, stepped in, and it will be one of the last times we will probably see him, because he is leaving us at the end of the season. He's got a free transfer arranged. Oh, just cleared off the line, blimey. He's got a free transfer arranged to a club in China, which is a shame, but I thought Balogun could have actually got that, but nevertheless, I believe that is a corner to us. So it's a shame to see Valentin go after the good service he's given our club, but nevertheless, he was never going to be a long-term first choice player for us anyway. I mean, it is half time, 0-0 here at Bramall Lane, which I wouldn't be too disappointed with, in all fairness. To be honest with you, if we drew this game 0-0, I'm not going to be massively disappointed. Like I said, take it back to our place and have a right old go at them. Hopefully, when we get back to Carrow Road, we'll hopefully have our other three players back. Lynch, Gonzalez, Castillo. It's kind of telling how big they are actually for our squads in games such as this. And right now, it's very, very, very tight in these type of games, really, isn't it? I'm not too sure. It's very convincing I bring on Wuterhauser, which is a bit worrying, to be honest. I think Valentin is a bit tired. Wuterhauser, by the way, I didn't actually mention this. He's finally made his Premier League debut. We bought him for 11 million from Arsenal, 11.25 million so far. What's potential cost? 17.5. Wow. I've overpaid for this man heavily. Although he is a Bosnian international. He has developed quite well with us, actually. He's currently at League 2 standard, I believe. Yeah, League 2 standard. But he's finally made his Premier League debut for us and didn't actually perform too badly. So, I mean, Valentin is actually performing okay at the moment, so we'll leave him for the moment. Stiller we are going to bring on for Davenport. Davenport's been starting a lot of games recently. Let's just give Stiller that little bit of time as well. Gamin, I think he's actually on international duty after this, so I probably should have brought him on. Speaking of which, Kadoglu has literally just gone very, very tired. So, who can I bring on? Campwell can go out to the right. And Schoss Alba can go in that attacking midfield role. I've completely forgot I'm still in the 4-2-3-1. We played this in the last game against MK Dons. I've been playing the 4-3-3 a lot recently, but it just seems to kind of dry up in terms of chances created. Let's see, one more substitution. I'm just look at this. Who is likely? Do you know what? Lovato, I think, needs to be rested. So Vargas is going to come on. Again, someone else who hasn't really played much this season. So Vargas getting only a few minutes, but giving a chance to actually show what he can do. And right now, are we petering out to a 0-0? Yes, we are. Petering out to another 0-0. Not a bad result away from home, and as I mentioned, we just take it back to ours, and hopefully we have a good old crack at getting past them there. Proved a lot of people wrong. Yeah, that will motivate them, and hopefully take some confidence into the Leicester City game. I am seriously fed up with a certain team called Beijing who keeps trying to sign all of my players. And when I say all of my players, I mean my main players. They've been coming in with bids for Mavropanos, Exposito, and who's the other one? Verdi. 3 players I intend on using for at least the rest of this season. I'm just kind of wanting to sod off at this point, but whatever. We've got another match to be getting on with away at Leicester. We're back to the 4-3-3 on this match because away from home in the Premier League, and we're not exactly in the greatest of form. So team news-wise for this game, we've still got Lynch, Castillo, and Gonzalez out for this match. They should both be back for the next match or the match after. Lovato is also out suspended for a game after picking up too many yellow cards. And I forgot to put Verbruja back in instead of Speeds. So the starting lineup is thus: Verbruja in goal, Valentin, Mavropanos, Vargas and Aarons at the back. Stiller at the base in midfield with Gamin and Exposito in midfield. This is Gamin's last match before the African Cup of Nations, so he won't be in the next episode. Udrago on left wing, Ferdi on the right wing, Balogun up front. Why is he highlighted? Okay, I have no idea why. Let us get into this. And let's see if we can turn around this form in the league. I've actually forgot to show you where we are in the league. You might have seen it at the beginning. It was already on the screen. But we have shifted down to 11th in the table. And to be honest with you, as much as we were up in the European places, I did say at the end of the last episode that we were not looking at Europe. And I still say that now. We're not far outside the European places, but honestly and truly, if we just... well, not just, but if we survive pretty comfortably this season, I will be very happy with that. We can build on that into next season. And speaking of which, I'm already bringing players in for next season, and as mentioned in the last game, players are already going out. So of course, Valentin is leaving at the end of the season, and I've got one player coming in. Oh, I didn't show you. Another player has gone out. This month he is gone, and that is Stephen Alzate, who, after only 1 year, but he was brought in as a panic buy after he lost Will Hughes, and in this case, he just didn't perform for us, even in the Championship. He's performed worse this year than he did last year. So he is now gone. He has gone to, I can't remember where it is. We will have a look after this game. But we made a nice little profit on him, about £4 million profit. Bought him in for 18 million, sold him for a nice, profitable £22 million. Thankfully, we didn't have to play any of the... Oh God, that was just off the line. We didn't have to pay any of the add-ons as well that we had agreed with him. Or rather, agreed with his previous club, which was West Ham. Right, if we could get the ball upfield and see if we can get a chance going, but I don't think that's the case. Oh, just off the post. I thought he chipped that in. Goodness me. Come on, boys. I don't think the 4-3-3 is working in that it's just inviting too much pressure on. We're also just lacking severe confidence. Although Leicester, I think they're a mid-table side at the moment. A bit like we are, but I think we're literally performing above expectations. In fact, yes, we are. We are performing so far above expectations. It's not even funny at this point. Obviously, that's good news for us because we want to get to those 40 points as quickly as possible, but the XG just kind of says everything. They've been all over us in that half. And wow. We can't let that continue. I'm not happy with the performance out there because we had literally nothing. Right, I'm going to have to make a change. We're going to move to an attacking midfielder, and it is going to be Todd Cantwell coming on. If the game would allow me to bring him on, please. I think that would be the only change we'll make for the moment. Stillo is going to be sacrificed. Gamin, again, this is his last match before going off for the African Cup of Nations, so we may as well use him as much as we can in this game. Right, corner. I think this is the first highlight offensively. We've got... Oh, it was in! Yes, thank you, it was in. Oh, it's an own goal. I don't care. The first attacking highlight. And Mavropanos, by rights, this is Mavropanos' goal. Oh, it just kicked back off the keeper. It was Mavropanos' goal. I don't care. I know it's not going to be credited to him, but the net moved. The net moved. But regardless, it is an own goal. The ball came back off the Leicester keeper. And that was just an absolute failure of a tackle. Don't know what happened there. But then tackles don't work in FM21. And I have almost a heart attack every single time someone makes a tackle in the area. I have it on my Twitch save, James Morris II. He can time them pretty damn well, but he still gives me heart attacks. Valentin does the exact same thing to me there. And Leicester, sadly, they won the ball back here while we were trying to counter-attack. And that is in, but I think it'll be chalked off for offside. It has been, I think, by the referee. Just going to the VAR. Hopefully this will be a goal disallowed. As I'm trying to bring my blood pressure back down. Good grief. Right. Some players are starting to tire just a little bit by the looks of it. Substitutes will be incoming. As Leicester are just on the attack again, and the ball just goes over again. Leicester, looking at this, they're fairly defensive if you look at it, but it's because they're sucking teams in, and then just pushing past on the counter. In fact, speaking of that, we're not even stupidly high, I think. No, that's much higher. But we don't want to invite too much pressure onto us. So I'll tell you what, we're going to lower the line of engagement. And we'll leave it there for the moment. So what we want to do is make another change. So who is looking in particular? Do you know what? Ouedraogo is apprehensive. So Willock is going to come on. Deal, Willock, please. Steal us a goal. Steal us a second goal, please. If you do score for us today, Willock, I will try and sign you. I will sign you from Arsenal. I seriously want to anyway, but if he scores for us today, I will give him the biggest contract I could possibly give him. Go on, Willock. They smashed it home. Okay, I knew that's going to happen. One thing I don't like about FM21's match engine, how easily opposition players just get past your players. It's almost like the game tells them not to tackle, even though you put on the instruction to tackle. It's the one thing I don't like about this game. I don't know if that's just with me or if that's anybody else as well. As who is that? Mavopanos is shattered, so Charisma is going to come on. What foot is Vargas, by the way? Is he left? He's a right footer. I think so is Charisma. Yeah, he's a right footer as well. So there's not much else I can do with that. Kadoglu is also tired. We are missing Lynch and Gonzalez. There's really nothing else that I can say. We are missing them. We've played so many games as well. Oh no, they got a highlight. Damn, just as I did that as well. They got a highlight and it's going to break my heart. Come on, boys. Come on. See this out. This game seriously is going to give me heart attacks one day. And we've just seen that out. We literally stole a point. Look at the XG. We had one shot on target. And it wasn't even the goal. That was a header. And it was an own goal as well. It's a good result in the grand scheme of things because we're a point closer to safety. But actually, no buts. We've ended the run of 3 straight league games without a win. In fact, we lost the last 3 league games. But as you can see, we are 11th in the table. And yeah, we're 9 points clear of the bottom 3. But I'd like us to get to those 40 points as quickly as is humanly possible. It does feel like the wheels have kind of come off a little bit. But that's purely because of the amount of games we have still to play in a very short space of time. We've got Wigan, Newcastle, Chelsea, Bolton and Sheffield United, but all before the end of the month. And it's already the 11th of January. 5 games left this month. And I hope we don't go to any replays because that's going to quite literally hurt. Please, Football Manager gods, can I please just have a nice easy time with this game over the next few months? We are going to be back at the end of January for the FA Cup 4th round against either Bolton or Bromley, non-league opposition. And then the second leg of the Carabao Cup against Sheffield United. A place at Wembley is on the line. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button down below and smash that big red subscribe button down below. And make sure to tap the bell notification, make sure it's on for all future Football Manager videos which will be dropping. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.